I didn't know any better. I'd say Emmett Selk is enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever deign to admit it. That's our sassy boy, Sassaroth. Look, Little. Look how well Charybdis flies. It's flying. It's really flying as if it was born to do so, thank goodness. Just slash wave? I don't target him? Hey! Emmett Selk notices me, huh? I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Little and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed. With this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish.
Okay, I'll come with you.
Hermes? I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all my present tasks. Let us return to Agnorisis for now. Anagnorisis. Doesn't matter. Oh. It's all Greek to me. This song is clearly the slowed down piano version of that song that plays in the beginning of the story trailer, which we still haven't heard yet. And I think I told JP I'm convinced it's the end credit song, but I have no idea. I just haven't heard it yet. I thoroughly enjoyed myself at the end most of all. Now you've seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Well, one person's not happy. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with the impediment to our business. Oh, Emmett. Tell me, little, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I've found it yet. Interesting. I like that one. What? Did someone get jailed? Did someone jail us? Jail us, jail us, jail us. Oh my god. No. Put us in jail. Oh my god. Do it anyway. Don't jail me. We aren't fit for society. I think you can contain yourself until someone redeems. Never mind. Eller. Eller decides you are not fit. You are not fit. Eller was like, let me put an end to this shit. Alright. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I think I like this. I like this one. It's inquisitive. If only my work were more interesting. Nevertheless, I'm still indebted to you for keeping Meteon company. If there is aught I might do, you need but ask. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lykaones. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did it release one for observation than it set upon the nearby Ecology, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I just fed them myself, and the Ecology were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lykaones that is to blame. Their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is outstanding creation, perfect in form and function, though it may not be suited for release. I have no doubt the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders! As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. The 12 Wonders. Is this gonna be what I think this is going to? Oh, never mind. F them wonders. F your wonders! Wrong person. Decline. Oh, hello, Sokless. Oh, yeah. Part 1? Oh, you expect me to do part 2 and so on? No. Welcome, friend, to Ananorsis. I am Socles. Is Socles a person? Socles totally is. Ancient Greek potter, active in the middle 6th century in Athens. What? Socles was known as the Little Master Cups? Get out of town. Get out of town. And you are? Oh, how unusual. A so bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message or carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purposes of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case, you only need mention my name to Charmion, and she will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. I just want to fly. Charmion, what do you do? Or is it Carmion? Because can't have anything. What? Well, that is an American trapeze actress. That's not it. Servant to Cleopatra. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Yes, what can I do for you? Little is it, and Overseer Socles wishes me to act as your guide. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I'd be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project in Academia Anadar. Surely there are other more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... This grumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it's not every day that that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence the tour this very moment if you like. I would like to fly, yes. And let us begin. Rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in the Anagnosis would prove more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once you've completed a circuit, we can return and speak with Overseer Socles. Yeah, okay. Great. Come on, let's go. This area is, like, beautiful, but also, like, super cute. Unexpected, considering the world is ending outside. Like, the world is ending at the moment, and we are having a moment in here. This is the right person. Charmion! Oh, and who is your friend? I'm little JC. Sounds familiar. Why, you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It's my duty to chart the behaviors of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I'm responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Whoops. Oh, but of course, Asm might grant us permission. Then you could abide here a few years while I analyze. On that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, little. We have here a familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure. Yes, I'm accompanying Little here on a tour around Anagnosis. Yep. I am at the behest of the Overseer. Tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and Do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found in the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. Well, I'm sure that you are quite capable of defending yourself. No one appreciates a surprise tusk through the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We'll proceed with due caution. Hello, Charmian. Was there something? The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds. I thought the best way to do that was show him what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, or in the case of trees, several decades. Sometimes decades. Tedious perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main area of interest. All left now is to speak with Overseer Soakleys. To jump on my bike. Oh, yeah. Ah, I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of various facets of anangnorosis. That's not how you say that. But I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began, with you, Overseer Soakleys. I see. And what is your impression of the work we do here? It requires equal levels of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least, I hope you did. You truly are a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and, cogitative faculties. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. I was designed to inspire others. Oh. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I've resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Asm's no less.
Yeah, no, I'll totally stay. You two are tons of fun. Can't wait to spend more time with you. Alright, well, I'm just gonna walk backwards down these stairs. You have a good day, ladies. I'm gonna be over here. Hey! Suckers! Big idiots.
Fearsome beast, this Lykaon. But where is it now? Is it Lykaon? Lykaon. I think I'm fine. It doesn't matter. Okiopite is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. And they didn't stand a chance against the Lykaon. It's heavy. Hermes' pain. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. The Lykaon was indeed responsible. The creature's nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. Man makes his base the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. I would love to go to the 12 Wonders! Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lykaon didn't escape. Thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go ahead. Please follow with Little. Come, it's down this path over the bridge. Bye, lovebirds. Okay. You know what? For the first time, I think they got it wrong. This griffin was once called a grips? Nah, they screwed that one up. Never mind, I take back everything I said. The Ascians weren't perfect. The Ascians weren't perfect. I believe that now. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. Do you see Doros? There's Doros! He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Alright, come on, let's go find this dude. So what about this is the 12? I thought maybe there might be like some things in the flowers, like symbols, but I don't see any really. Unless that, no, that's just a thing. Unless this whole thing is like the circle and then like each of hold on, god damn it, Jesse. Does each one of these represent? Let's run. So there was a thing over there. We'll get it in a sec. I just want to get this map. Who made this? I want to give a shout out to someone. This is someone's Little Maniquette Creations made this. Thanks, Little Maniquette Creations. But Little Jesse creations, little JC creations. If I put this right in the middle, can I pull this off? The stuff on the ground, the places on the ground, does it like that? Is that kind of thing? Because if you look at the little things on the ground, like that, see, like that. Nay? Look, I'm not convinced that that's not correct. Obviously, it's not the same symbols, because those symbols were created by man. Obviously not the same symbols, they were created by man. But, I'm just saying, it's the first sign of the 12 we've ever had. At least in history, besides just shit that exists in Eorzea. Besides the weird rocks and then the symbol in the church, we've never really had like a, and this is the 12. I know that that's what the raid, the big man raid, that's going to be that. Maybe it has something to do with the 12. It's something about the 12, right? Maybe we'll get an answer. That's all I'm saying. I love answers. I love answers to things. And I expect this game to deliver it. The fuck is this thing? Shockmaw? Shockmaw, all I want is to get this... oh, fuck. Sorry, Grips. It was either fight you or Shockmaw, and I ain't fighting Shockmaw. He's level 90. They're like, there's a weird imbalance in the creatures. Someone's been killing all these creatures. We don't know who. It was an elemental did it. That's why it took wind damage. Oh, I can't mount. Oof. Alright, we'll deal with that in a sec. Let's find a way out of here. I can't go that way. Lovely. Perhaps I shall petition for incorrigible to be added to the list of the concept's innate traits. Back to the list. Who is this? Grillos? Grylos. It's just the name of a Greek village? Does it have like a meaning? Well, it's a Greek village that has 300 people living in it. So that's a thing. Butterfinger! Oh! Hey, what's going on? Hello, Butterfinger. I jump on my mount right now, but I can't because I've got a little... I gotta take this girl around. I jump on my delicious, chewy, delicious, crunchity, chocolatey, lovely Butterfinger. Crispity. Chewy, that's those other garbage candy bars. Hippotho. I've so enjoyed the time I've spent with the Eloroi. If only all of our creations were so sweet. Who is this person? Hippotho. That's a person. Huh. Wow, this is 5 separate things in ancient Greek mythology. Hippotho was a nereid, one of the marine nymphs. Her name means running horses, i.e. waves. Interesting. There's the Libyan princess, daughter of King Danos. Daughter of Mestor, son of Perseus. One of the Pallades. Or a fierce-souled Amazonian. Ooh, I like the fierce-souled Amazonian. Lovely. Byown. These two. What an enchanting familiar! I would be delighted to assist in your little journey of discovery and personal growth. What do you do here? My role is to maintain the wonders. Thus, the climate across Elpis. I ensure that our every environment meets the needs of our flora, fauna, and staff, of course. Environs, representing each part of Atheris, are created here in Elpis that we might gain a robust understanding of our concept's potential. Oh, shit! I thought that weird circle dungeon thing, I think it's a dungeon, was in Labyrinthos. I'm now convinced it's here. Because it has an ice biome and has a fire biome and like a desert biome and a jungle biome. And I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be... Gotcha. As such, maintaining the appropriate balance region by region is tricky work, but more than worth the effort. 12 Wonders is the wellspring of Elpis' weather, after a fashion. Here we do employ the latest spellcraft from Amarat to maintain and adjust the assorted climes through which our creations frolic, for test purposes. Naturally, as in any other part of Elpis, we also observe and experiment with said concepts, this conversation being perhaps one such experiment. Perhaps. Bione. Bione, as in bionicle. Bione. Huh. In physics, bione is a bound state of 2 solutions. Interesting. I don't think I need to mend anything. Chloris. Surrounded by such wonders, one cannot help but envision new concepts. Not all of them good, mind you. Now, I know that Chloris is 100% going to be like chlorophyll, you know what I'm saying? But is there... Chloris was a nymph. Chloris was a nymph or goddess who was associated with spring flowers and new growth. Hyrax. Though my nymphi may be capricious, insolent, and gluttonous, generally lacking any sense of morality whatsoever, I think they're delightful. Is Hyrax a guy? It's something. Arax. Maybe it's Arax. Arax. Ah, yes. Well, that's many things. Hierarchy. Obviously. Yeah, that makes sense. A Spartan commander in the Corinthian War. Learned Egyptian aesthetic living during the 3rd century. What? was a learned ascetic who What? A learned... Oh, boy. Cool. Hey. Anyone else? Anyone else of interest? Ooh. Ecology. Have you seen me eat anything today? Between my observational work and my writing, I've been so busy I can't quite recall if I did. I've never had that happen. It seems like it's a thing people have happen in their lives. Never once had it happen. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. Somehow I will find a way to put something in my mouth. Interesting. Son of Minos. Soldier Achilles kills in the Iliad. Son of Prometheus. Son of Zeus. Wow, this guy has a lot of uses in Greek mythology. Now, why would I go talk to the dark-haired man when I'm not supposed to see a dark-haired man? Why is this here? To talk. You know what? We're doing it. Once I get back and record today's results, I should be able to put that report to bed. Not Doros. Doros, that's Doros. Well, now, if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lykaones, I believe? Where are they now? Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Ketesis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. As he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've only heard the news that, Lykaon slaughtered Okiopetes as the observer in charge. You are of the opinion they are not fit to be released? Aye, I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lykaones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with the fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive. And potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pashtarat may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we make it so. We remake it even. Just add words to the sentence, Jesse. It's fine. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things. I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lykaones have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emet-Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room. So basically, this guy is, like, suffering from all sorts of depression, right? And that's what she's feeling in him, and even though he's, like, putting on a show, this guy's feeling some shit. He's going through it right now. And she's like, oh, man, dude. We have a duty to the star, this I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. So basically, like, as far as what I'm getting, Hermes is the exact opposite of Fandaniel. And so clearly something between this, like, there is clearly a point. I think that's what this is all leading to, right? It has to be. There's a point where Hermes, a guy who's like just going through some shit, right? And just needs like some people to talk to and work out his stuff and like, you know, good friends. Hermes is like, at some point, something's going to, and clearly it's after he becomes Fandaniel, something's going to set him off where he's like, you know what? I've turned my depression into nihilism. F everyone. So, can't wait to find out what that is. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Little. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteon in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Feeling okay? Can you help me with something, Little? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way, but flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. Alright. Let's go look for flowers. Tree in bloom. Vibrant purple flowers, bigger than your hands, adorn the tree. Oh, so big and bright, I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Too bright. Of course! Friends in thinness would go for the slender tree. Oh, wait, no. Oh, my God, run. 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 Play the slender sound effect right now. There's a note on the tree. 1 of 8. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry. We won't wander far. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, mix of colors and pen. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. This means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. This guy? Set on a tall, thin stalk, oddly shaped flowers, mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a conian! A flower that can move! When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, little, spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. I like that sun effect. That's neat. Right there is what that is. Shut up. If they're like, go talk to that guy. You should definitely go over to the mall rural. That's where you need to go. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, little something big, huge. Son of a... terrible stench. Yup. It's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals. The flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, little? Would he like it? Lady, what? It's probably not sort of a good sort of memory. Yeah. This one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, little, but can we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that, I promise. There's nothing. That shiny thing over there, what could it be? Oh, I mean, obviously this is what we're gonna do, right? Like, we all knew we were coming to an Elpis. Oh, Elpis flowers, they're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're and telekis. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly, the flower was dark in your home. Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? Ooh. I dare say I have a few. Let's be specific. Let's do specifics. I've known the pain of sorrow and loss. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think little JC suffers from doubt and anxiety. Little JC is like, yeah, I'll do it. But I can say this for sure. I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that part of you is gone, again and again, but no one notices. Please, little, won't you lend it to me, your pain and sorrow? I want to make the flower dark, in front of Hermes. What? He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. It's not the route I would have taken. Truly, you'll do it? Thank you, little. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Hermes and Meteon remind me of, shout out to my ska fans, a old, like 1999 Real Big Fish song. Maybe it's 2001, called Cheer Up. And it's the most depressing lyrics to the happiest song I've ever heard in my life. And it literally is just like, hey, we all suck. Life sucks. I'm just happy I'm not the only person who knows it sucks. That's literally what the song is about. The song is like, look, this sucks. But like, you know, you're not alone. We all suck. Yeah. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they've finished. Boy, tripping over his rope.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment? I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said, when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, I can tell you all about suffering. I'm glad I could help.
To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden. You are a strange one.
So what'd I do?
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
Okay.
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. but I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
I don't know if the timelines match up. I was going to spout a theory, but I don't think it matches up timeline-wise. But I was going to say, is that how Midgar Somer would know that Aetheris is like the place to go? Right? Like when you're on the run, wouldn't you be like, oh, this bird girl told me that there's another world out there, so let's get out of here and go. I don't know. But I don't know what the timelines were for the fall of the Ascian and the Sundering. Because the Sun... All right. Yay or nay on this, on my understanding of the way it works. The other versions of the Source are not just other planets existing in space. They are like pocket dimensions of the Source. Okay. But then the question is, if they're in a pocket dimension, or do they have their own universe? How does it work? Questions. Many questions.
All right.
All right. Uh-oh. What the hell was that? Let's have a discussion about the stars. And then, strangely, my weird bird child will look at the stars, because that's a thing. Look at you, you're so cute. Yeah. Alright, I'm sure there's stuff to do, but also... oh, yeah. You're telling me you're the lady who made the cat with the backpack and the wings? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you made this? You're a real one. Ipatho, you're a real one. My, what a familiar essence you have. Like that of a familiar. If you're familiar with the concept. Oh, just a little joke. Little, was it? I'm Hippathu. Mew, mew. Yes, we're getting to that. That'll say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Eloris. Elori are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in the environment. At the first sign of danger, they'll sound an alarum, by which I mean mew loudly. Though we do our best to observe all our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus, I've taken this Aloris under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area. And she does enjoy our little walks. This evening, we're testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her task has begun. She'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please, do subdue any unruly subjects once you found them. We can't have beasts running amok. Come on, cutie pie. Mew, mew. Mew, mew. The first and only cat I've ever liked. All it took was them learning to fly. That's a lie. Simba was pretty cool. That's a lie. Simba was cool. I'm not a cat person. What can I say? They poop in your home. Only family are allowed to do that. And friends. So dumb. Meow, meow. Alright, now we gotta attack this guy. We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair in my beatdown. I'll attack this guy. That was it? Idiot. Now I'm gonna get my flying skills. Oh. Northeast. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. As expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell, too. But it's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Lori are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they'll be able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? Yeah, I'd love to. In like 1 second, and let me go in these bushes, and bye! North. Directly north? Well, that's not north at all. Is it up there? Is everything up there? Of course it is. This is the right mount for this zone, by the way. This right here, perfect mount for this zone. Were you able to get some rest? Please, do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry you might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. The prodigal familiar returns. And after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, little. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time to attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hythlodeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of Lykaones. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Tauros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lykaones, I don't know how to say that word, will disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved and, as restricted, propose hazardous life form. Restricted purpose, hazardous life form. Hythlodeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lykaones have served their purpose. Taurus has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. If I get there and it's Lalafels, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground. I'm gonna change the past. The Lalafell revolution begins in the past! Dun 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 dun. I go back to the future and everyone's a Lalafell. That would be the best version of this game. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, it's these guys. Oh, shit. I have one of these as a mount. Is that a problem? Should I not ride this around as a mount? Dora, so you heard what happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, but the other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Little handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. This is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emet-Zelk, unneeded though it is. Meteon, you are to stay here with Doros. But Hermes... Lykaones must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. Don't worry, I murder shit all the time. I'm in fact very good at murder. It's a thing I do exceptionally well. I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present. But if it feels threatened, it may flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly in full view and draw the Lykaones' attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me a chance to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin. Ba-ba-da-ba-deep, boop, beep, bop, beep. That's right, I jumped closer to the fire. As anyone who messes with fire knows, you get close to that fire and then you blast it. Well, screwed that up. What?
Now. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Matters to discuss equals smooching. Don't worry, I won't reveal your secret. It's no secret. These guys are worse than Sid and Nero. Quite an exciting visit for you thus far. Oh, you weren't injured, were you? Good, good. The other Lykaones have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is the pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet, never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Here have some gloves. I don't know what answer he's searching for, or if it's within our power to give it, but I believe he would make a fine Fandaniel, and that if he rejects us out of hand, we'll be all lesser for it. We'll all be lesser for it, even. Okay, I got some level 86 gear. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna save it. Travelers at the crossroads. So, where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not quite outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. What of you, Little? Will you continue along with us? Yup. Wonderful! Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we first make back towards unrest. What if we got up there, though? Floating thing over there. Oops. From here, we follow the path northwards to Natonius. There, we will find one of the Neus, which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? How very Kingdom of Zeal. Huge fan of the Zeal vibes. Big fan. Unless the need is pressing, I won't be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. 'Tis poor manners to spy on someone's comings and goings in such a fashion. So don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving ether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on corporeal world. Here we are, Natonius. The Neus will take us to the Calamity Severus, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way so we can admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by...
Yes!
Well, an Arrayus. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Godless monster, kill it.
That's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago.
Kill it. Screw Hermes. Kill it.
Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Girl!
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Thavnair, that we should meet you here.
Sassy bitch.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Thavnair is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Oh, shit! Whoa! Whoa! Someone just, that's how I feel right now. Little JC and I are on the exact same page. Well, that's new information.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Self. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number.
Now we're just bullying this man.
A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, Have you perchance come from the future?
No, not me. No, sorry.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
I mean, if I say, here's the problem. If I say this, my expectation is that we're finally going to get confirmation of like, oh yeah, that whole thing, like but like, we're not. She's going to be like, what the hell's a primal? Right? What I want is confirmation of things, but she's going to be like, I don't know what a primal is. What are you talking about? So there's absolutely no point in selecting that. They're not going to know what it is. So I'm going to say, sounds rather like the Blessing of Light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand.
Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
I don't know about all that.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Oh?
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
What old friend? Who?
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Lady, you just created a hell of a paradox. I love a good paradox. Huge fan. There, I thought you were a harmless stray, familiar. As far as I'm concerned, this talk of future this and changing history, that can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here. Future? Our future? I am deathly curious to hear more. My apologies. Before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureas who made off with it. The Aureas? The Aureas? Whatever. You say? I think we might have seen the culprit, before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its etherical trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureas. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed the crystal you seek. Please. Even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to the Pointen Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. They don't know about my future motorcycle. Also. Oh, they stuck a Minotaur up here? Cool. Huge fan of that. Huge fan of that. Oh, so they named this guy Minotaur. That name stuck? Minotaur stuck? Probably up there for all I knows. Cheese and crackers. It 100% is. Okay. To the north? It's gonna be out here somewhere then. There's no way. Okay, well. Look at this man! I'll come back to you. Shit. It's finally time to test our creation's capability for flight. We mean to start from a modest height in case there's any unintended mishaps. Do you have a special name? Lampito. Not really. Oh, there's a Spartan Lampito. Lampito. What? It's an earthworm. It's another bug. Is this like one of those things where I discover, very similar to Dragon Ball Z, that everyone's either a bug or an ancient Greek? Just like in DBZ, everyone's either a vegetable or like an instrument. Is this one of those things? Also, they ganged the shit up on this guy. Wow. Southwest. It's probably up there. I see it. I see it. Up there, little JC. Nothing. That's a hippogriff. Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs! I love these guys. I also love that they were like, you know what? Phase out the antlers. It's too much. Phase them out. It's too much. Who made this? Emmett, did you make this? No, it was La Habrea. Laha, did you make this? No. Laha. More southeast? There's only so much southeast I can go. Is there something else down here? I just missed it? Son of a bee. Crazy? What am I missing? Ah! Got it! Now I can go talk to the people in town. Problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old asm into the equation. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper, when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. The asms, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have a habit of making Emmett Selk look as if he bit down on a sour grape. Our last researcher returns. Last searcher, even. I researched searching. I'm afraid the Aureas no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in his wake. I don't suppose you fared any better? Please. Warrior of Light, ma'am. The crystal, well done! Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching go hand in hand. We travel often then? It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Asm, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys had lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet, I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or the creation of that. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? I do agree. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you would go ahead my accommodation, I'll join you as soon as I have attended to the task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Oh, hey! Oh my god. I feel much better after taking a short respite to conserve and debate with my associates. Converse and debate. I consider it essential to exchange ideas with my colleagues regarding my observation work. Without such external stimulation, one has a tendency to lose the forest for the trees, so to speak. Holy shit, that popped up immediately. Oh, a ancient queen. Oh. The daughter of the centaur, Chiron. Forgot I got that one. Let's talk to this guy. I love this entire thing. I'm a taxonomist, an artist in the medium of names. It's my job to adorn the flora and fauna of Atheris, such as these creatures you see here, with names befitting their natural beauty. What'd you decide upon for them? Shut up. Shut up. So this guy, Malagros, is both one of the members of the Argonauts, but two, also the name of a beetle. Bugs and Greeks! That's his entire area. Bugs and Greeks! Hey, wiretapper. What are you talking to these guys?
Yeah.
What do you got? What are you giving me? A carrot of happiness and 83 rabbit pies? Oh my god! What did you do to those rabbits? That's fine. I'll give you one hot chocolate. Fair trade! Well, aren't you a doughty familiar? I'm not one for fighting myself, but if I had one such as you as my side, I would no doubt feel a great deal safer. Rodolphus. Yup. An ancient Greek slave girl who marries an Egyptian king. It's considered a variant of the Cinderella story. Although, Cinderella. She's Cinderella, ancient Cinderella. Look at that. Look at that. Cinderella. Wash the dishes, Cinderella. Are you quite all right? Even for a mere familiar, you appear to be suffering from the most distressing dearth of ether. Do let me know if you require help, yes? Glaucon sounds familiar. Son of Ariston, ancient Athenian, Plato's older brother. Oh. Was primarily known as a major conversant with Socrates in the Republic. Look at this. Look at this. Learning things every day. Look at us, learning things. Is this your bedroom? What do your bedrooms look like? Is there a reason why everyone has white hair? What's the white hair stuff about? What's the white hair stuff about? Is that like a thing? You needn't be nervous around Viera. Those white robes mark her as one of fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary Elpis, such garb is worn only by those who have stepped down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. Interesting. Yes, this will be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please, make yourself at home while I put on some tea. They're just like us! They love tea too! Speaking of tea too, bum 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 bum. Rise of the Lalas.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
I feel like the third one is the one that best describes the current situation, right? Like, that should be the thing to... If I say the calamity, that messes with the future. And if I say the world's been sundered, I don't want to say, like, Vanat, you did that. But the third one is like, look, we're being forced to flee. It makes the most sense, and I've been sent back because we need help. Because that's the truth, right? We've been forced to flee. That's the only thing that matters right now. A calamity called the final days has befallen the world. Look. If I say this, I start a paradox that is just... If I say this, I start a paradox. And I'm not okay with that. Because then, am I the one who called it the fallen days? Or the final days? If I call it the final days and they start using the phrase final days, I'm the one who did it, but I learned it from them. So did I? It's chicken egg. It's too complicated for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. The world's been sundered, broken into shards. That's too many questions. And that's not the problem at hand. The problem at hand is mankind has been forced to flee the star. That's the thing. That's what matters. So that's what I'm choosing.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
I don't wanna though.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Thavnair?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren.
Did we leave out all the parts of the I feel like we left out a lot of the story. Like the whole part where like...
You do not know me.
I do, though.
I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Dynamis is key to all of this. Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved. I'm still trying to make sense of it all. I mean, Hermes is 100% involved. Somehow. Right? I mean, Hermes is Fandaniel. And Fandaniel had his reasonings for doing what he did. So I have to believe that's the case, right?
Hermes and his creation Meteon, you say? If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation.
I just don't understand how.
With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Hell yes.
Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
He's stubborn, but he a good guy. Shall we begin our investigations then? I'm acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon. I have a good idea where we might begin. Got any of them flying quests up here? See the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are, she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask her questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Questions? For me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Oh, the following event cannot be skipped. Oh my god, okay. Begin questions. Greetings, Ismene. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Vana. Anything to be of service. How am I floating during this conversation? Am I being held? Is she holding me up for this? What do you wish to know? I would like to know how she views Hermes as a person. Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor in his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? Yeah, do you know about Meteon's abilities? It's no secret that she is a highly unusual familiar. Of late, the chief often makes his rounds with her, like a mother hen raising her chick. I understand that she's able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not the occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. I feel like that's intrusive. I beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years, though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us. We seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us about Meteon? That would be Timaeus. Or Timaeus. He has a similar experience with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You should find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. I thought I was going to try to get to the point. Clearly, I failed. Think nothing of it. If there's not else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, little. I think we've taken enough of Ismene's time. Ismene's. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? Sure. From here, I propose we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers if you could track down the colleague Ismene mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you're done speaking with Tiamos. Tiamios. Yes, I am Timaeus. Please, keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. Alright, I'll try not to screw this one up. Be kind, Jesse. Be kind. So, what is it you wish to speak about? Fellow enthusiast, are you? Well, settle in. We can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. My deep and abiding love of avian artistry can be traced back to when I was but a young boy stricken by transcendent beauty of glorious golden-feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I vowed one day to surpass that masterpiece. Thus did I secure the observer's role here in Elpis, and at last realize my childhood ambition. Here the dreams I once dreamed are an everyday reality, in which I find fulfillment through research and creation of new flying life forms. An abridged recounting of events, as was doubtless to your disappointment. Is there any specific part you would like me to expound upon? Oh my god. You were hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations? Then why didn't you say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Meteon 2 is a marvel then? My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise, her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny. Analyzing the colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if you came to me, fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Dynamis and entelechies. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence of interest? Why bring up the subject? I'm glad you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. Ah, good timing. I finished my own investigation not long ago. So, have you any new findings to share? I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as his personal project, and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the entelechies which control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I'm inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteon, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? I mean, I feel like this is, they're more like her Shia sisters. I think this is specifically like they were created to go look in the stars, I guess. Right? That's a very specific answer compared to like, she has sisters. I feel like this is their purpose. So, I don't know. I don't know which one's going to give us good information, but we'll be specific. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of her now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripetia Crystalline. Not far from here. Just follow the path to the west.
Okay.
This tower and the one further along are both part of the Peripetii Crystalline, whatever. The facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magical interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see that those two archivists have what those two archivists have to share. could find someone to speak with over at the tower, I shall join you there anon. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. We just broke into that conversation. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should have sufficient data for our official records. That was clearly just Urian J. That man is older than dirt. Now, what was it you wish to speak to me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project? And by that I assume you mean Meteon? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Garlemald shared with me. Garlemald's my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Fanon? I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray, do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Garlemald? Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasos Thalassai. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans recreated in sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Fanon. Even though such pursuits must continually and regrettably delay your return to the star. Indeed, they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Asm. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis for many techniques still used today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Let's get out of here. This guy's freaking wackadoo. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Garlemald in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. We'll take you up to the Skyway, repair you, and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. I, for one, can't wait to the day that you die. I have opened the pathway. Go forth and inside. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway. All right, great. I, for one, cannot wait for you to die. The tower head is still part of Peripetia Crystalline. We will need to ask for passes through the upper tier. Mistress Venage is passing through. That'll allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper skyway. That door leads into the Thalasi. But perhaps we can trouble this person for assistance with finding Ghislaine. No. Mistress Fana! I was not told to expect... We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Ghislaine, if that might be arranged. Yes, of course. I'll inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place? I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
So then he jumped out my window. I said, "Where are you going?" And he, said to the moon. And then, I don't know. He's kind of a pain in the ass. But I love him. My heart.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without, immense yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose. My love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this. And tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Pray forgive my lateness.
Why does that make me so emotional? Fighting back tears for a question.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Metea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls.
Got like sniffles or something. My eyes like itch. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. My eyes were itching. I got like I don't know what occurred there. Still recovering from those allergies that got me.
Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Got like, I don't know, something in my eye. My nose is all ruddy. I don't know why I got nose runs. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. So we have no reason yet to suspect the former. We should consider I just bit my tongue. We should consider the latter to be more likely possible. Proceeding under the assumption, our next step should be to define why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. So Hermes is related to the sound? But how? In what way? I have no answers! I have no answers! All I have is Heidelin making me cry. But like, not cry. Cause I'm not gonna get all blubbery on stream. I'm not gonna end up on one of those clip shows where like Jesse Cox, beta cuck, cries on stream. It's the last thing I need.